Hi everyone, my name is Bonnie Bessem and I'm a psychologist and also a medium, and I like to take you in this half hour into the gates that we go through in this time. What a wonderful time it is, the 21st of December. And this is what we all have been waiting for. And my whole life has been in service of also of the Great Spirit, of God, of the source, or however you want to call it. And as a psychologist, we are trained that there's something wrong with them. But I found that in my own spiritual development, what made so clear, and also the conversations with my guide, is that there's nothing wrong with us. We just forgot who we really are. And that is the most important thing. And that is what is happening now. We are going into this time that we will start to remember who we truly are. Even if you are still not wanting it'll happen, because the vibrations and the frequencies of the earth are so much higher than they were, and we can feel it in our bodies, and we can feel it in our souls and in our emotions, in our thinking. It's like, when you have this dark room and you light a candle, you light up the room, but you also find what doesn't belong there, or what is not really you. And when you come to this earth as a child, in the first 12 years, you are you are programmed into your personality, into your self-image. And the word says it already. It's an image of the self. It's not who you really are. And that is how we form a personality, with the layers of pain and all our programming, our thoughts, our emotions, our values, where we've brought up, what we're supposed to be, what we should become. Like the child that has to become something, but that we forget that we truly are already something which is much more important, which is the soul. And the soul coming to the earth is like the symbol of the sun. So your soul is the sun. And I always ask clients and people who are coming to my workshops and training and lectures, is just light up your own sun. And you imagine, because your imagination is quite important. It's now for almost 30 years that we have a seance circle, and there's a lot of information of the spirit world coming through. And what they all say is that the imagination is the way they are able to communicate with us. And how strange, for we thought and we made on earth, we said it's fantasy, but the imagination is the gate. And that is so wonderful, that when you imagine you light up your sun, you will start to feel it. And that is how you see that your thoughts have an immediate effect on your feelings. And both of them, you create this electromagnetic field. The electric is from the mind and the magnetic is from the heart. So you have an electromagnetic field. And that what this field is going out, that is what returns to you. And so it is so important now that we are the gatekeepers of our own thoughts, that we do not let fear inside ourselves, like a virus, because it does something with our thoughts, it does something with our feelings, and it does something with our behavior. So when you imagine just now that you light up your own sun, just imagine from inside out that the sun is starting to beam to every cell in your body, to all your feelings, to all your thoughts. And just take a deep breath. And you can close your eyes or you can keep them open. It doesn't really matter. Especially when you can use your imagination with your mind, with your eyes open. So you imagine this sun. And just imagine who you are when you live from this sun, from this energy of your own soul. How would you live? How would you be? How would you feel? How would you think? And when this sun is widening and is going very far from your body out, and this is how you come into a higher frequency, a higher vibration, where it is possible for your guides, your loved ones, to speak to you. Also, the communication or the communion with Spirit, with the Great Spirit. And you can feel this in your own bodies. You can feel it's like a nervousness inside, where you can feel your heartbeat, where you can feel this joy inside yourself. And what is so wonderful is that through this spiritual development, I learned so much more to help people also as a psychologist, to let them understand that there's nothing wrong with you. You just forgot who you are. Now, when I tune into my own spirit guides, or the source, or God, or how you will call it, it is like this great joy I feel inside. And they ask us just to come home in your own heart. And that you can offer all the things that are bothering you still. You can offer your thoughts, you can offer your pain, you can offer trauma, you can offer your history, what happened to you. And it is like I also feel them coming through my eyes, and ask you just give it to me. And just feel how love really resolves all that has happened to you, but all that is not really you. It resolves the pain, it resolves the history, it resolves the programming. It's like undoing yourself with all that happened. And just be here, new, from the soul beaming. And just give it all. Give the rest. What is bothering you? Give it to the Great Spirit. And see what is happening. Now I want you to start breathing. Just breathe in and breathe out. And let this old you, the real you, the soul you, the God within, take its place inside your mind, your emotions, your body, your cells. And what does the God within want to tell you? What kind of message do you receive? Maybe through your imagination, maybe through your feelings. I will put some music on with it. And just be there. And when we tune into our spirit guides and the Great Spirit, and the time that we are moving into now, maybe you can also feel that it is really time to open your own hearts, to make it more soft. And sometimes in life, because of our pains, we closed our hearts as an instinct. But by closing our hearts, we keep the pain inside ourselves. Just open it, just let it soften. And receive the help that you are getting now from the spirit world, from your loved ones who are there. It's like I see them all around us, just blowing the clouds in our minds, just making everything clear. It's like you feel that Your own bodies are also transforming. The cells become lighter. It's like the light inside ourselves, our true beings are shining through our own bodies. And it is like we are connected with all of us who are now watching or watching later. It doesn't really matter time and place, for we are all over the world. We are connected to each other's lights. It's like celebrating the time that will come, even when there will be challenges ahead. For we are still in the time that the darkness is seen inside ourselves, our minds, and outside in the world. It is a time where we learn to be courageous. And it's a time to learn to trust, really trust the greater plan. And sometimes we cannot see it, we cannot grasp it. And how wonderful trust is then. For keep strong. Even when faith sometimes is not so strong in you. Then trust that all will be well. Now use your imagination to create this life for yourselves and all around you, for the whole world. Let's create this new world together. How would it look like? How would it be? How would our school system be? Our economics? How would we treat the earth? How would we live? How would we learn? How would we pray? How would we celebrate life? For all the suffering that is going on is because we still don't understand our true nature. We still don't understand that we are the creators of this life, of our life. We hear it, but we do not feel it, we do not own it. And when you start to understand that you are the creator of your life, you will find out the tools how to use that. It's not only by imagining, it's especially by feeling. For all what your heart is doing, it's the magnetic field. So it tracks what you feel. And when you start feeling from the soul and not your programming, your personality, but really from the soul, which you can always find in the feelings of freedom, of peace, of joy, of compassion. The field that you will create, if you would see it, how important it is in this time. Just what we did, just to sit down 10 minutes a day, light up your sun, feel who you are when you are your soul. Imagine this new world. It is the most important work we can do now, in this time. There's nobody who will give you applause. There's nobody who will give you credit. But it is very important. For the more that you vibrate that light, the more you will attract it. But not only for yourself, but for all the people that are around you, and even more. If you can see how far your light can travel, if you can see the impact over those 10 minutes a day, I know you will sit there every day for 10 minutes, not only for your own life, but for everyone. And that is how you change from becoming a person to your true nature, your own being, which is just visiting this earth. Now I hope you enjoyed this, and that it does something with yourself. And I hope you enjoy these, all these videos that are here now. You can always watch them later. And I hope you can find the joy in the next days, that you keep your spirit very light. Even when you hear about the darkness things, or inside yourselves you feel saddened or you feel alone, just take your time, just sit down for 10 minutes and feel your spirit guides there with you. Feel the Great Spirit, feel how from the inside out You are going to live your soul, your true nature. Thank you very much.